Wonder Woman 1984. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it terrible? Is it great? Let's find out. Hello there. I'm Mr. Cobble Wobbles. This is Alfred, and today we are here together to talk about Wonder Woman 1984. I was, for the most part, a fan of the Wonder Woman movie in 2017, which was also directed by Patty Jenkins. She returned for Wonder Woman 1984 as well. I liked that movie a lot, except for like the last act where it like fell apart with the big crappy CGI fight, and it was just like, you know, and so I had high hopes for this one because, you know, let's be fair, the DCEU isn't completely solid, and like they really need some wins. And so like I was excited to see Wonder Woman 1984. Let's start with the positives for this movie. First of all, Patty Jenkins as the director is marvelous. She's a great director. She's talented. There's some really nice shots in this movie. And it's just a well shot, well directed movie. Like, direction wise, it's solid. The performances from the entire cast are amazing. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. She's born for the role. I love seeing her as the character. Chris Pine is back, really freaking neat. Pedro Pascal plays Maxwell Lord in this film. It's weird because I don't know, like I just see Mando, but he also did a really solid job. And I actually like Maxwell Lord is probably the thing about this movie that I like the most, which I didn't expect going in because DC is not really great with their villains, except for maybe the Joker. We also have Kristen Wiig in here. She plays the role of Barbara. Solid performance. I just have a little bit of a problem with like how her character progresses. Special effects and CGI wise, for the most part, like it looks good. It looks flashy, vibrant. It's yeah, for the most part, it looks really good. And I'm afraid that's about it for like the pure positives, because from here on out, it's like things that are mixed. Yeah, let's talk about it. The first 20 to 30 minutes of this movie, I really enjoyed myself. Me and Cleo were both in the couch and we were just having a straight up good time, because the movie starts the way a classic 80s action movie starts. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. It's like it's shot the way that a movie in the 80s would have been shot, but with modern technology, and it looks really cool. The problem is that they don't extend this throughout the entire movie. After that first half hour, it goes back to like the traditional, you know, the traditional DC way of doing things. As the movie progresses, things start happening, and there's a lot of things happening that just don't make sense in the universe. Like it doesn't freaking make sense. And like certain scene, like they jump from a scene to a scene and you're like, wait, what happened there? Like what? It's confusing sometimes. And it happens more and more throughout the runtime of the movie, and it gets like at its worst point by the third act, where things start happening and you're like, what the actual fork is happening right now? How did that happen? How did they get that thing all of a sudden? It's annoying. It breaks the immersion. Story-wise, I guess the movie is okay, but I think like here and there the script could have been like a little bit more tighter, a little bit more polished. Now, special effects-wise, CGI-wise, for the most part in this movie, it's okay, but you could really see like near the end, especially in the third act, that they did that classic Hollywood trick where, you know, they put the big fight in a dark scene to cover up the fact that their CGI isn't really good enough. Also, I don't know why, but the cheetah reminded me in that last act, reminded me of the movie Cats. And that's not like, I was laughing in my couch and I was just thinking, they're gonna break into a song any second now. And it's not a good thing. It's not something you want. But yeah, as I said, like things started falling apart throughout the runtime of the movie. Like I had fun with like Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, and Chris Pine. Like their connection, their chemistry is really fun. I had fun watching Maxwell Lord interact with people. Other than that, there's not a lot that makes this movie stand out. There's also an entire beginning sequence that I'm not really sure why it was there. I mean, I had fun with that sequence, don't get me wrong, but it's like, so why was that in there? Does that have a point later in the story? No, it doesn't. But in the end, did I have fun? The first 20 minutes I had fun. There were just a lot of chunks where I was a bit bored and I was just confused. And so in the end, Wonder Woman 1984 is exquisitely meh. Yeah, I prefer the first Wonder Woman movie. It's the better film, in my opinion. Except for the third act, but at least in that movie, it's just the third act where things start falling apart a little bit. In this one, it's like throughout the runtime of the movie, things get worse and worse, and it's just not scratching that itch, you know? It's just not scratching that itch, and I really hope the DC can redeem themselves, because I really love the DC characters, and I would love for them to actually create a good cinematic universe the way Marvel has done, but they have to do it differently. They have to build it slowly, because I feel like the DCEU, they just wanted what Marvel had, and they were just like, you know what? Bam, we're just gonna give it immediately. Here, have a few movies, and then bam, Justice League. And it's like, maybe you should set up everything, you know? You gotta set it up. You gotta play the long game here, and it's not something that they've done, and they've tried to redeem themselves, and yeah, I really had high hopes for this one. Also, the events that happen in this film, how the fork did no one talk about this stuff in freaking Batman v Superman or Justice League or any of the movies that take place later than 1984 in the DCE? How did no one mention this? Regardless, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Press that like button if you liked the video. Leave your thoughts below in the comments. Like, what did you think of Wonder Woman 1984? And if you haven't seen it yet, do you want to see it now after this review? I doubt it. I mean, if you're a DC fan, you're probably gonna have like a good enough time. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done that already. As well, that would be freaking awesome. We're on our road to 1,000 subscribers. That would be amazing. And I want to thank you all so much for sticking around and watching this video. Thank you so much. We also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. Cobble if you want to see me and Alfred play some video games. That'd be cool to see you over there as well. And yeah, that was it. Hoot hoot, mother forkers.